Behind me is an X5M competition. This thing is brand new. In fact, it was manufactured just a month ago. The reason this car's here is it's getting a full XPEL paint protection film wrap, as well as a ceramic coating on top of the wrap and window tint. So I'm gonna take some time to fully explain exactly what we're gonna do on this car. Then we're gonna show you some of the installation process and of course the final product. So the car right now is here from Brooklyn, New York. From New York City, they drove it here specifically for us to do this job, which is pretty cool. We're about 5 hours, I think, from New York City, so we're excited to be able to be the shop that's doing the installation on this. You can see across the front of the car, there's some bugs and things like that. We're gonna do a full prep process. Brandon is going to do that right now, so that's going to include a wash, a clay bar, and then we're gonna use a chemical called Griot's Bug and Smudge Remover. That helps soften up some of those bug guts so they wipe off a lot easier. And if it needs anything like iron and fallout removed, which is like little almost rust specks that would appear on the car, that happens from transport when it's brand new, things like rail dust if it's transported by train, and a variety of other things that can cause that. So Brandon will give that a really thorough look to see if that needs to happen. Like I said, every inch of this thing is going to be protected with XPEL paint protection film, with the exception of this window trim. That's about the only thing that doesn't exist for this car as far as patterns are concerned from XPEL. So the mirrors, all of the champagne or silver colored pieces, even inside of these vents, there are patterns for that as well. And the film is going to help protect from rock chips and scratches, of course. You can see from the dealership there are some things, and the customer actually noted it with tape, but we've since removed the tape, but there's some like staining a little bit here. This is probably going to wash right off, but we haven't washed the car yet. Same with, like, I don't know if it's undercoating or something dripping out of those doors, but every door has an area like that where something is running down. So we're gonna make sure we get all of that off before we lay the film. On the back, we've got an X5M competition badge that we're going to have to remove before we install the film, and then we're going to reinstall this on top. So hopefully we'll be able to get some good shots of our process for that. The rear bumper on this car, there is no pattern for this yet. So we're probably going to have to do what we call a bulk or a custom installation, similar to what we did on the 69 Camaro on that whole car. The door handles, we generally will pull these on a full wrap, and usually there's a screw here, which there is on this car, and that will allow you to get the handle out. Sometimes they're very difficult to do, and without removing door panels and things like that, it's almost impossible to get the handles off. So if we can get them off easily, we're going to remove them and make sure we go underneath there. If not, the XPEL patterns usually fit really well. The gas cap's similar. We're gonna be able to wrap inside of here, so we can modify the patterns in the XPEL software to allow things like that to happen. We can wrap wherever possible. In addition to the paint protection film, we are going to be installing window tint on the front two windows. We're gonna be using a ceramic film, so that will help keep the heat off of the driver when he's sitting in traffic and the sun's beating in the window. He's not gonna feel it as much on his arm, on his face. So that helps keep people a lot more comfortable in their car. It also helps the air conditioning run a lot more effectively. We're also doing a ceramic coating. A lot of people say, why would you do a ceramic coating on top of a full paint protection film wrap? And the reason is the benefits of a ceramic coating are very different than the benefits of paint protection film. So the film is gonna help stop rock chips and scratches and things like that, but the ceramic coating will not do that. It helps make the car a lot easier to clean. It makes things like these bug guts and tar and road debris not stick to the surface as well, and it gives it a really intense gloss and UV protection, similar to what a wax does, but it's sort of like wax on steroids. So that's what we're gonna be doing to this. John's gonna get some great footage of the install process and the prep process and all that good stuff for you. We just wanted to do one really in-depth look of what really goes into a full paint protection film wrap.